You know the drill. EM, entitled mom, me, yours truly, S, security, M, my mom, D, doctors, B, brother, EK, entitled kid, warning, self-harm. Okay, a bit of background. I'm 17 and I was diagnosed with depression at 13, which sucks. I guess I'd never really tried to kill myself, but I did self-harm. I still do sometimes, but don't worry about that. Just read the story, I guess. So I went to school one day, like I always did, being made fun of and picked on for being homosexual and transgender. FTM if you give a shiz. Basically, this kid was calling me a faggot and telling me I should just kill myself and the world would be better without me. Me being depressed and dysphoric bitch, I took this to heart and decided, yeah, that's a good idea. I ran home because I don't live too far from my school and forgot my parents were home that day. I ran past them, bawling my eyes out and choking back small noises. I ran in the bathroom and, well, I won't go into detail. Basically, I tried to commit with pills and slit wrists. My parents opened the door and I forgot to lock and loaded me into the car and drove me to the ER. Now they were carrying me and the doctors started to rush me in when some kid and his mom stopped us. EM. Excuse me? What do you think you're doing? I could see much of what was going on because my head really hurt and I was shutting my eyes, but I'm pretty sure the woman was blocking us. D. Ma'am, this patient is dying. Please move so we can get him to the proper care he needs. EM. Me and my son were here first. Can't you see that his leg is broken? D. Ma'am, a doctor will be with you shortly, but I need you to move, please. EM. Why should this brat go in before us? That is racism. Now, I was basically passed out completely by now. I don't remember a thing after this, but the rest is based on what my brother told me. The woman wasn't exactly dark-skinned. She was a little bit tan, but would be labeled Caucasian. It wasn't even racism. D. Ma'am, please. He's probably fine, just faking. I shiz you not. EM grabs my arm and starts roughly scratching my open cuts, and continues until my mom and brother push her off. My mom takes care of my arm, caressing it and whispering that I'll be okay. My brother, though, starts screaming at EM. What the hell is wrong with you? My brother just tried to commit suicide and you're making things worse. You pushed me off him. That's assault. Ma'am, if you don't sit down and let us treat the patient, we're going to have to call security. She assaulted my brother. They're refusing to treat my son. At this point, the doctors were pretty ticked off, so they called security. Security came, and the EM claimed that my brother and my mother had assaulted her and her son for not reason. Luckily, the hospital security cameras and the EM were charged with assault. They got treatment on time, but I was in a coma for a few weeks. Long story short, EM thought that her son deserved treatment before me, tried to accuse my family of assault after she assaulted me, and it won. Thank you guys so much for the support. I'm doing better. So I'm about 18 years old and walking through the streets of Phoenix. On my hip, I have a holstered Colt 10mm Delta Elite, and a boy probably around 7 or 8 walks up to me. Is that a real gun? EK asked. Yes, it is, I replied softly. Can I hold it? He asked. I said, no, not without your parent. I calmly said, 5 minutes later, about to walk into Academy, sports and exercise store for those who didn't know. When the EM and EK walk up to me. Excuse me, young man, she says to me. I turn around. Did you refuse my son to hold your toy gun? She says, slightly frustrated. This isn't a toy, I said, but she cut me off. Listen here, you stupid little kid. I don't care. You're probably too old to have a toy gun. Now give it to my son now. She said, Ma'am, it's not a toy gun, I said frustratingly. Then she rolled her eyes and tries to grab my gun, but I back up in time for her to miss. At that time, a buff man walked out of the store and saw what happened. He came up to help. Ma'am, what's going on here? He says to her. This man stole my son's toy gun and won't give it back. He looked at me, and I told him exactly what happened. He called the cops, and she got arrested for attempted theft. All the while, she was screaming how people like me are, how Trump won the election, and why kids shoot up schools. Backstory. I worked at a barbecue restaurant from when I was 12 to 20. My parents owned it, and I did everything from dishes, bussing, ordering, food prep, alcohol, etc. I've done it all. Where I lived, the summer was the craziest during every other season. It was dead. The summer saw all the crazies and stressed tourists. Met some amazing people as well. Taking orders, I've seen/heard it all. get people have a bad day, they cannot be as forgiving. However, this isn't an excuse to be an ass. EP, entitled witch. S, entitled witch's kid. M, me. D, my dad. Scene 1. Blistering hot day. Line was out the door. This was fast and casual, where you order it at the counter. Everyone was running around trying to do 100 tasks at once. I was working at the cash register taking orders. Enter EP and S. Hi, how are you doing? EP kind of brushes me off. Fine. Me, what can I get started for you today? EP, can my son and I see the vegan menu, please? Side note, keep in mind the menu was right behind my head, with every item clearly displayed. Me, I'm sorry ma'am, we actually don't have vegan menu, but if you have any questions about other items, well, EP, well, what can I get here that's vegan? Last side note, I'm actually vegan as well. I know working at a barbecue restaurant as vegan, but I've lost taste in after working there so long. So I can understand how it can be frustrating going places not being able to find things to eat other than some lettuce scraps. But at least I'm not going into places where I know I can't get anything in the first place. She also wasn't standing with her husband or anyone else who looked like was going to order and may have brought them along as well with her. They were alone. Me. Really the only thing we have is the side salad. We could do that with croutons, i.e. everything is made with meat, dairy, and cooked in it. Well, we don't want salad. We want something barbecued. Me. Kind of stumped, but I'm sorry. That's the only vegan EP, throwing her hands up and raising her voice. Well, what are we supposed to eat? Me. EP, absolutely ridiculous that you cannot cater to those who are vegan/vegetarian, etc. Me. I'm so sorry. It's just that we are a barbecue place that specializes in EP. Let me speak to the manager. At this point, the line is freakishly long behind her, and the people are starting to stare and give her the WTF look. I go and grab my dad, who's unloading stuff from suppliers, and told him what was going on. He already annoyed with the situation, and knowing there's nothing he can do to help. D. Hi, I heard there was EP. We are paying customers, and this is ridiculous that you have nothing available for my son and I to eat. You are cutting a whole group of people out as paying customers, blah, 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 blah. Now my dad is really accommodating and nice with customers, but press him and he will not be kind. D. Ma'am, I'm sorry you feel this way. However, you walked into a barbecue restaurant. We serve barbecue. We're not a vegan place. And don't claim to be. If you want vegan food, there's a great place down the street. I can point the way to it. The sign outside says barbecue, ribs, brisket, etc. That's the way we sell. And you want to walk into some place demanding a service product that we don't advertise is on you. Now, we can make you up a big side salad and you can enjoy our patio, but if you're going to yell at a dead waiter and disturb the peace of our customers, then I'd suggest the restaurant down the street. EP screeching. How dare you talk to me and my son like that? Who do you think we are? We are never coming here again. You'll hear about it on Yelp. I'd like to speak to the owner. He will hear about this. D. I am the owner. At this point, EP kind of screams and insults and storms out the door. My dad called the owner of the vegan place down the street, his friend, and let him know who may be coming his way. I never got back to working, and every customer who came up afterwards that was behind her just shit-talked her with me. Never saw a Yelp review. She gives vegans a bad rep. Then everyone clapped. Just kidding. Edit. Words are hard. Edit. Thanks for the silver with all the upvotes and comments. I read them last night. I tried to sit and emphasize with her and see from her angle, see if maybe I was wrong. That was pretty good too. I think that's gonna about do it for this video, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.